growing up, I went to church. I went to a church that was very legalistic, and it was more works-based. And so I grew up and I knew who God was, and I had heard of Jesus before, but it wasn't ever real. So I came to college getting away from my parents, and I started off not having any friends. I didn't try to go out and make friends because that just wasn't what I wanted to do. One of my friends from high school I actually ran into on campus, and he was a part of the Baptist Student Ministry, and so every time I ran into him, he would invite me to BSM and he would not give up. And so eventually one Wednesday I was like, okay, I'll go with you, just quit asking me. When I got to BSM for the first time, I was determined not to meet anyone. I really just wanted to stay with the person that I knew, and so I was going to cling to him. But that didn't happen when one of the girls in BSM came and introduced herself, and then she dragged me around the entire room and introduced me to everyone. And I really believe that in that moment I felt the love of Christ in a way that I hadn't experienced before. I kept coming back to BSM just because I knew that something was wrong with my life. I was missing something, and I was getting it at the BSM, and I didn't really understand what it was at the time, but the biblical teachings that were going on, and just this love that these people had for me, I just needed to come back and know more and know why. And one day during that, I was saved. I couldn't tell you when, but it was such an awesome time in my life. I could see the change in my desires and the change in my attitude, and it was something that I wasn't controlling, because if I had any control, I wouldn't have wanted any of that. I came to the decision that I wanted to get baptized, and I wanted all of my friends to be there, and so at my church, they allowed it to be after service so that all of my friends that go to church elsewhere could make it in time to see me be baptized. And it was just a really awesome experience having my family behind me in this, and just to be able to celebrate with me the awesome work that Christ has done in my life. So after I had been coming to BSM for a while, I really wanted to get involved, and I started with the worship team because I really enjoyed singing, and that's something that I loved doing. And so I went and talked to one of the leaders in worship, and he got me plugged in on worship team, and not soon after that I started doing things on lead team, and I got to be a leader in that way. Spring of 2015, I actually felt called to start a missional community in the mechanical engineering department. I myself am a mechanical engineering student, and I just felt a passion for these students, and I really wanted to see Christ come to them, and I felt that God wanted me to do this. And so I met with some of the leadership in BSM and some of my friends that are also mechanical engineers, and everyone was just really excited about it. And we've been able to reach some of our peers in our classes, and we actually got to share the gospel with one of our friends in our classes, and he just kept asking questions after questions, and it was just a really awesome experience to see how God has used me in this way to reach the mechanical engineering students, and it's just been an awesome experience of doing things that I didn't think that I would have ever done.